Greetings, folks. Richard Fulmer here, and welcome to another Richard's Rock Rambles Random Picks. Yes, so pretty much what I did this time around, like I did last time, was just grab some music from my collection. No idea what it was. Literally, my eyes closed. This time, CDs. Just grabbed four, and that's what we're going to chat about. I'll tell you the really cool thing about this. You find you pick stuff that you haven't listened to for years, and sometimes you listen to it and you think, "Oh, this was really good." Other times you listen to it and you're thinking, "Oh, maybe it was good at that stage, but not anymore." Or maybe you listen to it and you go, "What the hell was I thinking buying this?" But anyway, it's a fun thing to do. I'm quite enjoying it, so I'll do a few of these. And let's just get stuck into it and see what I came up with this time. Like I said, literally, I didn't look what I was doing, just reached across to my CD collection and went there, pulled out four, and that's what we have. I'm also going to mention at the end of the video, I went down the road here, 500 meters down the road, and there was another vinyl fair. Not a very big one, but there was some good stuff there, and my good friend Peter DeWitt, ex-work colleague. He also sells second-hand stuff. And I managed to pick up an album there that I had many years ago. I lost over the years. No idea what happened to it. Maybe I sold it. Maybe I gave it away. In any case, I got it back. Really chuffed about that. And so let's just see what I have. Let's just... okay, there we go. Just wanted to get that sorted. Right, so let's get stuck in. The first one, Blue Oyster Cult, Tyranny and Mutation. And this was one of the earlier albums. Not the greatest cover, it's sort of very minimalist. I'm not quite sure what that's meant to be. So it's got the sign there, their well-known signature. Like I said, one of the early ones, 1973. Produced by Murray Krugman and Sandy Pullman. Sandy Pullman produced quite a few of the early Blue Oyster Cults. I was trying to think, what are the good tracks in here? The Red and the Black is a really cool track. OD'd on Life Itself. I just love the title of that song. And that's also a pretty big hit from this album. Hot Rails to Hell, that's very good. Some nice guitar work from Eric Bloom. He played mostly the riff guitar. Seven Screaming Dizzbusters, also a good track. So that's the side one called The Black, and then the red is side two, Baby Ice Dog, which is okay. Wings Wetted Down, Teen Archer, and Mistress of the Salmon Salt, the Quicklime Girl. That's what I like about this band. You know, some of their song titles were really out there. Even on their first one, I think there was a track called She's as Beautiful as a Foot. Alrighty then. See if there's anything else. This is a very bog standard sort of CD. It's not a reissue or anything. Who's in the band? Donald Buck Dharma Russo on guitar and vocals, one of my favorite and very badly underrated guitarist. Excellent guy, still playing today in the band. Eric Bloom, the other partner in crime, vocals, stun guitar and all synthesizers. Can somebody please tell me what the hell a stun guitar is? I know what a stun gun is, but what is a stun? Does it just mean somebody's doing the riffs? Please, if down in the comments, let me know what the hell a stun guitar is. I'd really appreciate it. Joe Bouchard, bass, vocals, and keyboards. Albert Bouchard, drums and vocals, and Alan Lanio, keyboards and rhythm guitar. So this is the original lineup. Really, that they made some great music in the early days. Early 80s, I think they toured with Black Sabbath, and as I said, they're still going today. Released an album 1 or 2 years ago. So there we go, my first sort of random pick, Blue Oyster Cult, Tyranny and Mutation. Next one up, slightly different album for Neil Young. This came after Harvest, and this really freaked some people out. Very dark, very edgy. On the Beach. There's Neil with his car in the sand and the umbrella. I know I have spoken about this album before, but like I said, I just grabbed. I didn't know what I was grabbing. Like I said, this is a very different album. It's got some really strange song lyrics in here. Some good people playing on here, though. Rick Danko's on here from the band. Rolf Molina, of course, he's drummer. If I'm not mistaken, although after him, I think is David Crosby. Levin Helms on here as drums as well, also from the band. So, in those days, everybody used to hang out together. Standout tracks for me: Revolution Blues, For the Turnstiles, Vampire Blues, the title track, On the Beach, Motion Pictures. The whole album really is pretty good. Walk On, See the Sky About to Rain, with Neil's great vocals. He's one of those singers, like, for me, Bob Dylan. You either get the vocals or you don't. You either like them or you don't. And strangely enough, I like Neil Young, but I can't do the Bob Dylan thing. Anyway, that's a story for another day. I'm trying to think, what is the song here? It's a song about Charles Manson. I think it's no, it's not Vampire Blues. Revolution Blues, I think that's the one. Really weird lyrics to that song. Something, his one line is about something about the guy's dogs that kept barking, so he put them out of their misery or let them go or something. Yeah, very strange stuff on here. Anyway, that's the back cover there. Neil Young's On the Beach. If you want something different from Neil Young, I put that in the wrong way. If you want something different from Neil Young, then this is one of the early ones to try out. I mean, he's never followed trends. He always does his own thing. That's definitely one worth checking out. Then one of my favorite Jethro Tull's, Benefit, and this has got some bonus tracks on it. And this was their third album, I think. Sorry about the glare. And here's the back with the clever cutouts. There's some clever album covers in the early days, when album covers still meant something. There's just the songs. There's the story about Benefit. As I say, one of my best. And this is the album for me that Martin Barr, the guitarist, really shines. Quite heavy on guitar on some of the riffs. And he was an integral part of Jethro Tull in my eyes. Right, so what are the good tracks on here? This is another album that doesn't have a bad track, really. With You There to Help Me, Nothing to Say. And this is when Ian Anderson's vocals were still up there. He could still sing these. I don't think he can sing a lot of these today. Alive and Well and Living in Sun for Michael Collins, Jeffrey and Me. That was Jeffrey Hammond, the guy on the bass. Although this is still Clive Bunker on drums. And who else was on here? I'm trying to think who the bassist was. He's passed away, actually. Glenn Cornick. He was the bassist, and John Evans was the keyboardist. And Barrymore Barlow. No, Clive Bunker was the drummer. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up here. They've had so many lineup changes over the years. To Cry You a Song, the best track on here. It starts with sort of mellow, and then it just picks up. Great melodies and stuff on here as well. And of course, as per usual, the lyrics are interesting. A Time for Everything, Inside, another good track. Play in Time, and Saucity, You're a Woman. And then you've got the bonus track, Singing All Day, Witch's Promise, which is a well-known track. Just Trying to Be, and Teacher, the original UK mix of the song Teacher, which was one of their early hits. Cheers, guys. I'm enjoying this wine. It's been pretty muggy and hot here. It's cooled down at the moment. But regardless of the weather, it's always good weather for a nice glass of red. The final one that I chose is from Fish, ex-singer of the band Marillion. And this is an album that came out in the 90s, 1994, called Suits. Really good stuff on here. It's nothing like the early Marillion. It's a bit more commercial, although the guitar work and everything on here is pretty good. Well-produced album. MR 1470 is a great track, the first track. Lady Let It Lie, with some excellent vocals from Fish. I'm trying to think what else was good on here. Fortunes of War, No Dummies, a good track. It's one of those albums that hasn't maybe aged that well. Out of the 10 tracks, I reckon it's about half that are really good on here. The rest are okay-ish. But what I like about this album, I went to go see him actually. Came on a very low-key tour. Played at a place called Bertie's Landing, which isn't there anymore on the waterfront. Just him and an acoustic guitar, and I think he had one other guy with him. And he quaffed so much red wine that night. I thought the guy was going to fall over, but he just kept going. And then he was handing out glasses of wine to the people in the audience. I got a lucky invite. I knew somebody in the music business, and saw Fish, sort of unplugged, if you like. So afterwards, I went up to him, starstruck, of course. Would you mind signing the CD for me? And I'm sure, there's just a few shots of the band. There's Fish over there. When he still had some hair, I don't think he's got hair anymore. A couple of the other guys. Nice fretless bass on here as well. Did he sign this? I'm sure he signed this. Yes, to Richard, all the best, Fish. There we go. I don't know if you can see that. It's one of the inside sleeve, all the lyrics. It's a fairly good album. I'd say about half of it is aged pretty well. The rest, maybe not so much. I'm trying to think who's on here. Fish on vocals, bass guitar and backing vocals, David Patton. Keyboards and backing vocals, Fiona Patterson, or is that Ross Patterson? Foss Patterson. Guitars, Frank Usher. Guitars, Robin Bolter. There's a whole bunch of different people on here. There's people on sax and all sorts of others. But yeah, worth a listen, in fact. Fish Suits. There we go. That's the final one that I just grabbed. So there's been quite a variety here. Jethro Tull, Fish. What else did I have? Royce the Colt on the harder side. And then the freaky Neil Young. So the album that I picked up at the fair, which I mentioned just the other day, is this one. Wishbone Ash, Just Testing from 1980. And this would be the final album to feature Martin Turner. That's Martin Turner over there on bass and vocals. One of the founding members. One of the founding members of the band. He would rejoin for some reunion in the 90s or 2000s. But the rest of the band, when I originally had this on vinyl many years ago, I didn't have this on the inside sleeve. I didn't have this inside photograph. And there they are going. And they all look incredibly miserable. There's not a smile in sight. This must have been just before Martin Turner had had enough of the band and buggered off. Because, it looks like they've all been sucking on lemons here. Anyway, who else was in the band? Andy Powell, still in the band. Of course, he's the driving force still with Wishbone Ash. Electric and acoustic guitars, backup vocals. Laurie Wisefield, electric and acoustic guitars on backup vocals. He was in the band Home prior to being with Wishbone Ash. Martin Turner, like I mentioned, lead vocals, bass guitar, acoustic guitar, and backup vocals, and then the original drummer, Steve Upton, on drums and percussion. A really nice album with some interesting songs on here. Slightly more commercial, not really like Argus, not that kind of Wishbone Ash. Living Proof is a good track. Haunting Me, Insomnia. Helpless is a cool track. Pay the Price is quite a good rocker. New Rising Star, and Lifeline is also pretty good. Yeah, not a bad album. I mean, as per usual, you get the great twin guitar work from Wishbone Ash, which is their trademark, what they're known for. And I'm just glad I got it back. It brings back memories. And like I said, when you listen to stuff you haven't listened to for a long time, it takes you back to that period. Really cool. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have another one up shortly. I'm going to another vinyl fair on the 14th of December. When I come back, I'll be chatting about what I have found. Hopefully be some good stuff. Take it easy out there. Please let me know. Any comments, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. That'll be great. Look after yourselves. I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.